Today is the release of the New York Comic Con 2025 exclusives from Funko. Which I guess if you're watching this the day this releases, it's the day after, but I'm recording this on a Thursday. You guys get my drift. But luckily for me, as a Funko collector here in Canada, there are only two retailers on the shared retailers list that are going to be sharing exclusives, one being the Funko Shop, and then one being EB Games, which is my local retailer to get pops. Which one of the pops that are going to EB Games is my number one pop for this convention that I am trying to get. So of course, if you don't know who I am yet, I am DK Wrestler, and today we are going on a Funko Pop hunt for those New York Comic Con exclusives at my local EB Games, as well as checking out some brand new pops that may be in stock within the last couple of weeks that I haven't been able to show you guys yet. And if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but nonetheless, let's head over to my local EB Games.
Alright, so we're here at EB Games, or still GameStop here. First set of pops I see are the newer wave of TMNT pops, with pops like Leonardo, there's Moja, there's this character, Odin, and then a bunch of other ones for this newer set that's relating to like the comics lineup of The Last Ronin, I believe it is. And then to double check, yes, this is a part of The Last Ronin. And then something else that's new here are a couple of the Office pops from the newest wave. The last time we were here, it was the Michael Scott and Holly Flax 2-pack that they had here. And now we have what looks to be the rest of the set, as well as Meredith that should be involved in the set somewhere. I'm sure it's behind these pops. And then some of these Yu-Gi-Oh pops I have seen before, but a couple of newer pops that I don't think I've seen include the Scarecrow for the upcoming part 2 of Wicked, and then there's also the Star Trek pop of Moopsie, which looks to be one of those pops that are meant to be in that sideways box. Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. And as I do notice here, we do have the new price increase on Funko Pop, so this one being at $19.99 for a common. And then something I don't think I've seen in person yet are the newer Blueprint Funko Pops, this one being R2-D2. The other two, or the other four I think it is, were Comic-Con exclusives that have released, so I guess it is kind of cool to see one of these in person with the way the box is, but something I'm probably likely not getting. And then when I look at the Simpsons section, I do notice that they have the brand new wave here, or at least one of the pops with Mr. Burns involved. I think I was here recently and I did see a couple of the exclusives, but they are nowhere to be found. And in case you wanted to see what was in the set, we do have a couple of homers, including the dope one. There's Marge, Lisa, Krusty with Mr. Teeny, and then there is the Bart Simpson that has the Eat My Shorts quote on it. And then we have the newer Mr. Monopoly for the Retro Toys lineup, where it actually does have part of the game board as a base for this pop, which is really cool to see. And then we do have the section of the 10-inch pops, including the Entei for the last convention. We got some of the Hallmark ornaments here at EB Games, a couple of deluxe pops here, or actually this is at Town for Lord of the Rings, first time seeing this. Some comic covers, including the Spider-Man one that I think was recently released as a Target exclusive in the States, and then some multi-packs that we've normally seen in the past, including the New Age Outlaws 2-pack for WWE. I don't know if I've seen this here the last time, but there is the set of Biker Mice from Mars, which MD, if you're watching this, they have them here. Of course, I do notice some of the Toy Story pops that I do have in the collection already. These pops, I believe, are from Magic the Gathering. There's some MLB pops, some of the Target Con Masters of the Universe TMNT pops, and we actually do have here a couple of the brand new Home Alone pops, including the pop of Harry, where he does have the hat that is on fire. I think that's absolutely hilarious. And then right here we do have a couple of newer pops here, including the Demogorgon that was normally exclusive to the Netflix shop where it's on fire, as well as a newer Diamond Collection Silver the Hedgehog for Sonic the Hedgehog. Speaking of that, we do have a Sonic the Hedgehog pop that is shared here to EB Games that is a part of the New York Comic Con lineup. And then one of the other newer pops that I've noticed here is the Damian Priest for the WWE lineup. I believe this is considered a premium since he is on the ladder and has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Pretty cool pop, honestly, to see in person.
Alright, so we are back from EB Games, and in case you're wondering, yes, there were New York Comic Con exclusives. I am going to show off what I ended up getting, but all the exclusives were behind the counter, and I'm never really comfortable trying to film while stuff is behind the counter. But before I show off everything I obtained, I am going to be looking at the Funko Shop website, because I always like looking at the website, seeing what's left over from the New York Comic Con stock. So on the main page here, of of course, it does have a promotion for the new premium blind boxes that has quite a bit of people talking. Unfortunately, we won't be doing an episode of This Week in Collectible News, so I won't be talking about these on the channel, but there is a link right here of NYCC exclusives are here, so we're going to click that button, and here is the main page. I'm going to assume that if anything is sold out, yes, just as I thought, are the DC Comics mystery blind boxes, where of course it's the different DC Comics superheroes and they're metallic and they're all limited to some sort of piece count. There is the bundle that is sold out that is retailing for $565 USD, but some pops that are still on the website. I do notice the newer Hello Kitty pop and bag bundle that wasn't actually revealed properly. It was only shown off on the shared retailers list. Of course, the Blueprint pops, which surprisingly enough, the Joker is sold out. I'm actually kind of surprised that any of these pops are sold out, besides the fact, even though, yes, it is technically a, like, limited piece of 2010 pieces based off of the year that Funko Pops began, and it is retailing at the $40 USD because of the limited edition program. We also do have the Havoc and Nimrod that's sold out. A little bit surprised. The Pingu is still available. There is the Jumbo Raikou, which has sold out. During a lot of the conventions, the 10-inch Pokemon Pops have sold out, except I believe the last convention, I think Entei didn't sell out if I'm not mistaken. The Shark Submerge Pop Rides hasn't sold out, but the Rob Lucci Plus has sold out. The Itachi Susano Moments has sold out. The Dark Paladin from Yu-Gi-Oh! Hasn't, and it looks like the rest of this page, including the Chromium Cauldron, the Sonic with Caliburn, Ghost Freak, Powerpuff Girls 3-pack, those have not sold out yet.
Shout out goes to Sentinel107 and Duh Unacceptable Viewer.
And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and shorts that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and it will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot. So definitely consider it, but let's get right back to the video. And then for the other page, some of the Marvel Pops, they haven't sold out yet. None of the Biddy Pop related items have sold out. And this is actually the first time I'm seeing anything Loungefly related. Normally I include Loungefly items when it comes to our like best and worst for this channel, but I never know what exclusives end up being revealed because I feel like it's last minute when they reveal stuff. But they do have a limited edition One Piece Gear 5 Luffy bag, which looks pretty cool, as well as like a round wallet. There's also a pin set, a Fairly Odd Parents bag, a Fairly Odd Parents pin, Five Nights at Freddy's bag, and then some other like Hello Kitty and Nightmare Before Christmas related bags made by Loungefly. So now it's time to show off the stuff I had purchased at EB Games, which one thing I was heavily debating on getting, which I didn't get any footage of, but I did take a picture, is the brand new Topps Chrome Disney cards that recently released within the last couple of weeks actually, which was very surprising that I saw those cards at EB Games, considering that a lot of Topps Chrome stuff hasn't really come to Canada. So if you are looking for stuff like that, check out your local EB Games if you're from Canada, because you may be able to find them there like I did today. And so the one and only New York Comic Con exclusive I purchased today was the Dark Paladin from Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, number 2056 in the animation lineup. If you are a fan of our shorts channel and want to comment this number, definitely do, because I'll be able to do a numbers pop video with that. There is a closer view of the sticker of the 2025 fall convention, of course, with that QR code, which I'm not sure why they did separate stickers for literally the convention sticker as well as the QR code instead of making it one big sticker like they've done in the past. Is a little bit weird, but there is the pop art form, a little bit of what it looks like in the box, even though we are going to be taking this out of the box. There is the side profile of that box. There's the other side profile, which looks really awesome, and then the wave of pops on the back, which there actually isn't, which is surprising considering there is a newer wave of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops, but this is technically on its own wave considering that it is a convention exclusive. So here we go, guys. guys, we have the Dark Paladin out of the box, which is an absolutely gorgeous looking pop. Of course, it is a fusion, I believe, of Dark Magician as well as Blade Buster, if I'm not mistaken, and the colors of this look absolutely gorgeous. Amazing to add this into my ever-growing Yu-Gi-Oh collection that I'm almost 100% complete of. Here's a little bit more of a look all the way around, just to give you guys more of the details that go into this pop. And it's funny because this looks like a pop that could be more of a plus rather than a regular pop, so I am gonna actually compare this to another pop from the Yu-Gi-Oh set. That pop being the actual Funko Pop Plus, or John Pop if you know, of Dark Magician for this set, which this is absolutely an awesome pop too, and I can definitely kind of see the differences when it comes to comparing this as a plus pop compared to the Dark Paladin. Because although the Dark Paladin does have a little bit of a base, there is way more of a base when it comes to the like magical effect coming out of the staff of the Dark Magician plus pop, even though these pops are pretty big for being a 4-inch pop. Either way, these are really awesome pops to have side by side next to each other. All right, that's the end of the video. Goodbye, everyone.